All right, we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Friday, September 20th, 2024. Happy OPEX day. Today is options expiry for futures contracts. So again, usually on OPEX days, we usually get a little bit more volume than usual. Doesn't mean one way or another, up or down. But it is important to keep in mind that today is also quad witching day. With tons of expiries out there for the September contracts. So again, weird moves, high volume possibility. Just keep an eye out. Let's go ahead and get started. Dow futures are up 17 points. The nasdaq is down a little bit, down 0.17. The S&P 500 is at 5770, down about 0.13%. The Russell is down 0.21%, the laggard today. The dollar index is slightly green, 100.62. 10-year treasury yields are down 3.728% currently. The VIX is down as well, 1.5% at 1608. Crude oil is down 0.77%, 70.59 a barrel. $2.03 for gasoline futures, down 1%. Gold is up nearly 1% today, even with the dollar being higher. Silver as well, up 0.71%. Bitcoin futures pretty flat, 63,510. In terms of the Forex world, 143.58 bounce on the dollar, up 100 pips. Ethereum is up 3.71% on the futures side this morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk NASDAQ futures. I got it open here, and I'm going to go ahead and expand this to a 4-hour chart. Got a couple of arrows there. Talked about this in the last couple of podcasts regarding the possibility of a pullback due to the dollar bouncing. So far, the dollar is bouncing, but markets, equity markets at least, have been on the up and up. As we know, yesterday was a big day in the market. But pulling back from the highs, you could see here 20,204 is the peak on NASDAQ as of the recent highs. We're at 20,052. So a pullback of around 150 points currently. This line here where the arrows are is 19,994. We'll say that's 20,000 or so. That's been a key level of resistance. So since we broke out of it, the question is, do we retest? And we did. We retested overnight. Now, if you are a bull, this is a good thing as long as you hold to this level. If you can hold above 20,000, yep, you're going to go back up to 20,203 and possibly to the next level of resistance, which is right here at 20,391. So we have around 400 points to play with in terms of NASDAQ if we were to get additional upside. If we do not hold 19,994 on the future side, we are coming back down to right around 19,868. That's your 20 MA on the 4-hour. That's pretty much getting you back to where we were towards the tail end of August. Again, back and forth, back and forth. Even with rate cuts, guys, understand markets do not just go straight up, every single day. The idea to profit in terms of futures and day trading is to make money off the imbalances. Sell high, buy low sort of thing. So these kind of small moves are very, very inconsequential, again, to longer term investors. At this point, guys, green light happens when you have rate cuts. That means speculation is being pushed through. Money is getting cheaper. So you'll notice that your portfolios are going to get a little more green, and it's going to be a lot easier to trade upside. It's going to be a lot easier to buy and hold since, holding cash in a money market is not going to be as attractive when rates are coming down. How much money is in money market accounts? I think the last time we checked it out, or I think it was last month, right around $6 trillion sitting in money markets. That's a big deal. Where's that capital going to go? More than likely, first dibs is usually the bond market. That's where you get TLT, TNX, all that good stuff. So TLT is the 20-year bond fund, and you could see on the daily, it is a breakout here. I shorted TLT thinking that the Fed was going to slow roll. This is a while back. There was some unusual options activity. That's going to be pretty much dead. But if we can break above the recent highs at 101.72 on TLT, keep an eye on some volume. We'll probably get to around the 109 area. The more money comes into bond funds, the more, the more likely that money is going to be used to lend out. So again, it's all about capital. Which sense of an asset is going to give the best rate of return? And usually, in terms of new easing cycles, bonds get the first dibs. All right. Bonds and fixed income, same thing. That's called the smart money, quote unquote. So smart money gets it first. Equities come second. Commodities will start coming there. And then you start seeing, alternate investments. This is when crypto goes up and all those alternate other investments. What was that thing? The God, it was with crypto, the NFTs, excuse me. So that's usually happens in a rate cutting cycle when money is cheaper. You start seeing alternative investments gaining value, sneakers, Pokemon cards, stuff like that. That's when money is cheap, by the way. So you'll start noticing when we start getting more and more rate cuts, other assets that something may not be in your purview, they're going to start gaining a little bit more. Yesterday, we talked about Tesla. We finally got that break of around 235.34. Didn't get the gap fill yet at 245.24. If that retest of 20,000 does hold on NASDAQ, we can better believe that we'll see that 245.24 crack. Palantir, some headlines out yesterday regarding a 10 million stock offering. Of course, when you're offering more shares, that dilutes current shareholders, hence why the stock is down today. But it is still holding up the trend. Nothing has really changed here for Palantir. This is even after hours, so still kind of holding up this trend line here. It's very nice trend line, clean. And the question remains, can we get to 38? Those are the calls that I'm holding currently for next week. Let's go ahead and answer some questions. Good morning. I just talked about Tesla. What's up? Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at Meta. I think Meta hit a new all-time high yesterday. We did not trade it, obviously, but again, you could see the breakout here of 540. How high can we go? So we're basically around this channel up here. I can extend this line. Oops. Oh, well, I'll just draw it again. Here we go. Right around there. A little bit of a break. Got a break above. So we got a big air pocket here, really to 600. So keep an eye on the volume out there. But Meta does have more upside remaining in terms of a retest of support right around 540 to around 535. So if we do get a pullback, that's probably your best place to take a look at buying the dip, at least short term. Good morning, boss. NVIDIA. Let's look at it. All right. Beautiful trend line holding. Let's go ahead and extend this to the right. We'll go ahead and we talked about this trend line pop. Extend this to the right as well. So right above the 20-day, right around the 50. I have an alert right around 120.90. If we can break above that, I'm looking at 125. So I like NVIDIA if we can get above 120.90. Same situation like we talked about Tesla. We waited for that 235 level. Let's be patient. Let's let the market come to us. If that breaks out, we're going to go for the 125s. I know it says MMKE, but I'm pretty sure he meant NKE. NKE is Nike. Nike does have a new shareholder, so that's a big cheer for investors since the last CEO wasn't as great if we were just taking a look at stock performance. I got an alert at 93.23. This still needs to fill this gap. So let's go ahead and place an alert. Well, this has already moved higher above that. So the question remains, do we get the gap fill at 93? How we're going to be able to play that? If we can get to 89 and then there's some volume there, we can go ahead and see if we can trade it. So see right there, that's that point of support that we bounced from in August or September of last year and March of this year. And then we rolled over with that last earnings report. If we can get above 89, this is the gap that we're going to fill at 93.23. It's going to be a tough one to chase after the news just came out, since it is up about nearly, let's say, $6 pre-market. Let's let Nike prove it to us. So just do it, Nike. SPY and Qs. All right, so we talked about NASDAQ earlier in terms of the future side. In terms of a retest, we're looking at 561 or so. You could do 565. What I'm thinking is that 565 actually hits today. My only concern is that it might bounce from there. So I'm going to place an alert at 564.36. I think 565 hits due to the OPEX today. And again, if the world is still bullish and still buying, again, September is seasonally weak, then we can play the bounce from there. But if we break down below, see this purple line, 555, that's what I'm looking for. But for today, short-term downside expectation is 565 itself. Let's take a look at Qs. TQQ broke my alert yesterday too. Qs on the 4-hour, and the only reason I'm showing the 4-hour is because it includes pre-market prices. The daily does not. I have an alert at 490, 489, 43. If we can break the recent highs of 486.38, hey, can't be a bear forever. So we'll wait for that break at 486.38. Then we'll hit the 490s. I like that. That's going to be on the watch list this week. Love you, Daddy. Love you too. DraftKings, thanks, Carlos. Have a great weekend. All right. So we are looking for 40. If we can get there. 40.03. No gaps to fill. See that purple upward channel? Pretty similar to Microsoft, Google, and all these other names. But DraftKings needs to show us a little bit. If we get above 40, we can get to 42.02. That's what we're looking for. Okay, no downside gaps, thankfully, on DraftKings. So DraftKings earnings, I don't know exactly when that date is, but I'm curious to see how much sports gambling has been growing in the United States now that more states are doing it. So DraftKings, yes, great news that sports gambling is being more accepted in other states, but that includes more competition. So let's see how DraftKings is doing with that. IWM. All right. IWM still above this upward channel. We're looking for 226.74. And if we can get above there, I put 226.77. I still have this green line here. I've been having that forever. That's around 220. That's going to be our support moving forward, 219.60 or so. But 226.77, if that breaks, give me the 230 calls. And let's take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft, I need 446.24. See, 24. And I'll show you why I have that level there. Okay. Level of resistance here, breaking out above it. But you can see where we did have that initial fall towards the end of July. We had a nice, dead cat bounce, let's just say, right around this area. So again, if we can get above there, then I'm taking a look at 455 to 460 calls, more than likely the 460 calls. Let's take a look at Upstart. Upstart is on the move, but you got a possible double top here, so be careful on this name. But this is going to definitely be assisted with lower rates. So what we need is to get above 45.69 or 45.70, and then I'm pretty sure the 50 calls, which is the peak from last December, will have all the volume or all the demand for calls. Hood and Roblox. Robinhood yesterday, there was some talk about some AI tools from the CEO. It is flat this morning. Still need 24. Get me above, we'll do 24.10. And you can see it. Rejection, rejection, rejection. So 1, 2, 3, triple top, or we're coiling for more upside. 24.10 will definitely let us know. And Roblox. All right, we're near this very key level, and I had to expand this. Take a look at this. Just a whole sense of chop. All of this is choppy. Nothing. Nothing burger since when? February of 2022. We do have a gap to fill here at 66.56. I have an alert about 48. See this other yellow line here? This right here was a double top from 2022. What we want is to break above 48 and then get us back to that level of around 53. I don't know if the volume will be there for Roblox, but 53 would be the target with that break. Hope that helps. Just want to give a big shout out to everyone on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. We just answered Nike as well. And I think everyone's all good. All right. I hope everyone has a great Friday. I will catch you guys on the Discord server. If you guys are interested in joining the Discord server, it is free on the Live Market blog. It is scrolling at the bottom, www.gar.capital. Choose free plan, and I will see you there. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll see you for the podcast later this weekend. I'll see you for the YouTube recap as well. Great week. Google and Tesla both hit on the option side. Excellent. That's what we want to see on a Fed week because it can be crazy. But the week isn't over. Let's see what we get. See you then. Cheers.